Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my Creative Time with Emma. Today I just have a super quick, just a little tutorial for you. I've had so many requests on how I made this using our brand new, this is the, let's see, the little hello frame die, and also comes with the word thanks in there as well. Now, the reason why I'm showing this to you because everybody who ordered it, they had questions on how I made this card, okay? Do keep in mind this is not in stock. We sold out of this. Do keep in mind that this is sold out. I apologize for that. I should have these back in stock at the end of next week or the beginning of the week after, okay? But for those of you who have this already, I wanted to do a quick video on how I created this little, it's like a little shaker card, but not, you know, one that doesn't have, where you don't have to pop anything up, okay? So this is the one I had cut out the word hello and we use thanks instead. But we're just going to go ahead and use the regular hello die. So what I did was I used my existing die that I have out already, which is the 3x4 stitch journal die. This is the one that does coordinate with this, and tons of you have this already, so thank God. This way you don't have to pick this up. You don't have to pick this up. So I use this die to cut out the clear acetate, which is kind of a little, got stuff on it. So I cut that out with this die here, and I also cut out a piece of vellum using that same die, okay? So I'm going to show you what to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the frame first, and then we're going to adhere it onto here, okay? So I'm going to show you the quickest way to do it. I have picked up some of this stuff here. It's called Stick It, and this is from, I got it from Amazon, and I'll have a link to it on my blog. So basically what this is just some, it's like a really thin adhesive paper, and this is perfect for using with intricate dies, okay? Okay, so basically I just went ahead and I just cut a piece of paper that would be the size of my frame die here. So the way I actually found to use this, I just picked up the little release paper right here, okay? And then I just put my cardstock, oopsie, like so. And then let me lift up the other piece. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just cut this really quick here. Let me grab some scissors. And then this way, this will give your, when you cut out what you need to cut out, you'll have it already. It'll already have a little sticky back for you, okay? So let's go ahead and take that part off. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this or not, but I kind of just do this just to make sure it gets stuck on there really good. But you know what I want to do? I don't think this will bother anything, but I want to cut off these little extra sticky edges. So I don't want it to get cut, you know, stuck to anything. I have my big long Tim Holtz scissors, but of course they're not where they should be right now, so I should be using those. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and get our machine here. I'm going to grab my Big Shot. And then I'm just going to go ahead, let me take this out, hopefully that you can see that in the camera. I think you could. Let me move this. My little plates look horrible, but that's okay, they still work. So we're going to go ahead and put our cardstock down, and then put our die right on top, okay? And then we're just going to go ahead and run it through really quick. Okay, let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Let me get all these plates out of the way as well. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and just get this part off here. But we're also, since we're not going to use the word thanks, let's just go ahead and just take all these other pieces off here. I love this stuff, this little sticky stuff, because I'm telling you, as soon as I get this apart here, it's going to make life so much easier for you. Okay. See, it's real sticky at the bottom there. Alright, so we got that part off. See, it's already sticking to me, all the little sticky parts. See, so once you take it off, it's all going to be like a little adhesive, like your little die just turned into one big sticker. Isn't that awesome? So what I need to do is I need to poke out these little guys here. There we go. And we need to get out the one from the E. It's a little sticky situation, but I'm telling you, I love it. Okay, pop those out there. Okay, so now, oopsie, that little guy on there. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get our clear piece first. Okay, this is the one, oops, not that one, that's the vellum. This is the one I was having trouble with trying to adhere it onto here because of the adhesive kept popping through. So I figured this will be the easiest way to adhere this onto the actual clear one. Isn't that perfect? So now you have it adhered on there perfectly. Isn't that cool? So you don't have to worry about nothing gushing through or any of that good stuff, okay? Now this is the tricky part here, okay? I'm wondering, let me think here. I'm trying to think of the easiest. I just want to clean this up here. And that looked pretty. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm trying to figure if I should just adhere this down to this first. I think I will. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some I'm going to put some stuff at the edges here. Let me grab my bin here. Here we go. I'm just going to use this. This is the 1/4 inch Express It adhesive that I love. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do the edges. And the reason why I really love using this on vellum, because you could see it, but not by much. You know what I'm saying? You could barely see through it. Like it's not that noticeable, you know. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and continue. I'm just putting this all along the edges. Okay, now that I went ahead, I'm just going to take off the backing parts of these. I'm not sure how I want to put this one on this card. I think I'm going to do this and make sure it opens perfectly. I think I'm going to do this one probably on a diagonal like so. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it just like so. Okay, and then this is going to go there, and you can see the vellum a little bit. Actually, you can see the adhesive. But it's okay. I'm not going to let it bother me. Okay, so now that we got that part down there, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our sequins in here next really quick. Let me just grab some here. I want to find some navy blue ones. I wish I had navy blue stars, but of course I don't, because I need it, right? Out of all these millions of sequences, let's see here. I think I have some in here. No. Here we go. Ooh, I did find some. Okay, right on. I found some little navy blue stars just right here. And we'll throw some of those in. Well, maybe not. I'd rather just use the stars. And then I want to use the clear ones. To be honest with you, I don't know where I get these from. I have no clue. All I know is that I have them in here and I love them. I love the star sequins because I think they're just so cute. And you could add them to shaker cards and they're a perfect addition. Okay, let's go ahead and use 5 of these. Okay. And then, let's see. I don't want to use those. Let me find out here. Okay, let's go ahead and just put these in here randomly. Let me just put some down here as well. Let's see. I'll put 2 down here and 3 up there. Okay, here we go. This is the size I was looking for right here. I love these. Oops, there's a little damaged one. Let me get that out here. Okay. God, I'm actually really upset that you could see. Remember I just said that vellum, but you know, I don't know what happened there, but you can see like a whole bunch of little lint on the adhesive there. But you don't have to do it that way. You could also just use adhesive instead, but I was just trying to find a way where I didn't have to use the adhesive. I wanted to do something else. Actually, you know what? Let's see how many I have in here. How many secrets I have in this one. Oh, I have a good amount. So let's put some more. I'm just trying to make it where it won't be so thick because this next part is going to be the tricky part. Well, it was the tricky part for me. Let's put a little bit more already. Put one more down there. Okay, so now that this part is done, now this is the part that got a little frustrating for me, but I was able to make it work by using some extra stuff here, and I'm about to show you in a minute. So now what you want to do is just put your adhesive, and I'm just using some multi-medium matte. You could use glossy accents as well, and you just want to put it right on the edge there, on the blue part. And you want to make sure you go all the way around. And what I love about this stuff is that it does not dry shiny. It dries with a matte. So this way, if it does gush out a little, it's okay. Okie dokie. So now this is just going to go like so. Okay, now, what I use to help me hold this down, now this may sound crazy and not everyone has this at home, but let's see, where did they go? Where did they go? Here they go. They're binder clips, okay? And I have these because, you know, for office use or whatever. And this made a huge difference for me. So I just used about, maybe, I can't remember how many I used. Let's just see. I think 2 could fit on each end because you want to make sure this gets closed together. Okay, you see how perfectly that fits there? Like I said, this may look crazy, but this worked for me. Uh-oh. I may need the trim. No, I think we're okay. And I just put these all the way around. Just like so. Put that there. And that's going to go there. Okay, and then you just or if you don't have these, just weigh it down with a book. But try and focus on the edges when you put your books down. So this way it will fit. Ooh, one snuck by there, but that's okay. One could stay in the corner. I don't mind that. Okay, so that's it, everybody. And then I'll show you the complete as soon as it's done. Okay, I actually walked away to do something, and I think this is dry. Now, what I end up doing, remember how I said I didn't like the way you could see the that tape that I used? I end up redoing it, and I cut used another card base so I could cut it shorter because I didn't like the way you could see through it. Now, I end up using glossy accents. You still could see, like with this one here, you could still see the glossy accents a little right there, but it's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world, trust me. So basically that's your finished card right there. So hopefully that answered any of your questions. So basically what you're going to do is just follow the steps that I did. So instead of putting the tape on the vellum underneath, just go ahead and just put a thin coat on the edges of glossy accents. And I think it works so much better. Okay, everybody. So thank you so much for tuning in. And also, hopefully all of you are signed up for my newsletter, because for all of my newsletter subscribers, we are having a special sale going on right now. Last month we had a flash sale, which is only a 48-hour sale, and everybody was really happy with it, so I decided to go ahead and have it again. So that's why I encourage you to go ahead and sign up for my newsletter, because you all will get that news first. Okay, so it did happen. So if you're interested, I am having a flash sale. It's for 48 hours. It started today, this morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it will run through Sunday at 7 a.m. It will end Sunday, March 8th at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you use the code FLASH, and that's all capital letters, FLASH, use that at checkout, which is almost like the last window of the whole process. Put that in and you will get 20% off your entire purchase. And again, it's only for 48 hours. So if there's something you've been eyeballing, you might want to pick it up. And this is for in-stock items only. Okay, everybody? So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a fabulous weekend. And don't forget to visit my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com, because I have a super sweet guest designer on my blog, and she made a card using this die as well, but in a different way, and I was really impressed with it, and I loved it. So I just wanted to show, for everybody who has this die already, show different ways you could use it. Okay, so again, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you back here Monday. Bye bye.